All right, so here is a short video that explains how to do the trick. None of the reason why, all the reasons why are in the other video. Just a little crash course. I wish we had plenty more time to talk about it, but we didn't. But here's a short video of how you do the magic trick. If that's all you care about is how do I do the trick? How do I do the trick? Here's how you do the trick. You're going to print these 6 cards out. All right, they're in Canvas. They're called binary cards, the mind reading cards. So you're just going to print these out. What you do is you ask your person to think of a number between 1 and 63. So something between 1 and 63. No decimals, no fractions, just a whole number. And all they have to do is say yes or no is if their number is on your card. So, for example, let's say I was playing and I was thinking about the number, I don't know, 29. That's my favorite number, 29. So if I'm thinking about the number 29, then you're just going to show the card and say, hey, think about your number and is it on this card? And so I would say yes, because 29 is on this card. So all you have to do is add, you start with the number 1. And then you ask them, okay, what about this card? Is it on this card? And I would say no, because 29 is not on this card. So you don't have to do anything. If they say no, you don't even care about this card. So then you show them this card. Is your number on this card? Well, yeah, my number's 29. It's right there. So you already have 1 in your head. You're just going to add 4 more. So now you're thinking my number is 5. So then you ask, all right, is your number on this card? And I would say yes, because there's 29 right there. So if I say yes, then you just add 8 more to the 5 that you already got. Remember, you already have a 1 and a 4, which make 5. Then you're just going to add 8. 5 plus 8, that's what, 13? All right, so now you're thinking that my number is 13. And then you're going to say, okay, is your number on this card? And I'm going to say yes, because there it is right there, 29. So you're going to add 16 more to that. There we go. So 13 plus 16, that's 29, which means when you show me the last card, I'm going to say no, my number's not on this card. And so you don't care about that card. So my number is 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1, which is 29. It's every single time. So let's do another one here real quick. And you can mix these cards up however you want. You're just going to add them. And we've talked a lot about how addition is commutative. So it doesn't matter what order the cards are in, because you can rearrange addition all you want and still get the same answer, right? Commutative property. So let's do another one. Let's just mix these up. And this is one of the things that I do when I do the trick with you guys is I'm like, mix up the cards, whatever. All I need is a corner number on the cards that you say yes to. So let's just say that my number was, I don't know, what do we want our number to be? 17. Let's say 17. So you're going to say, okay, think of your number, and if the person's number is 17, they're going to say, no, it's not on this card, because it's not. So you don't even care. Is 17 on this card? No. Okay. Is 17 on this card? No. All right, that's fine. Is 17 on this card? Yes. So there's 17. So all you got to do is start with the number 1. So be thinking about the number 1. Is my number on this card? Is 17 on here? No. So you don't care about that card. Is my number on here? Yes, it's on here. So you're going to add that first number that's on the card, which is 16. So I said yes to these 2 cards. I said yes to 16 and 1. 16 plus 1 is 17. So you would know that my number is 17. So that's how it works. Some tips about doing it really easily, because it's not as impressive if you have to use a calculator, right? So a little bit of mental math is important. So you're just adding these first numbers on the cards. So you might want to think about what some of these add up to, and the order doesn't matter. So one of the tips that I'm going to give you is when you're new at this, I would start with the first 2 cards being my bigger cards, the 32 and the 16 cards. Start with the big numbers first, because you can usually, most people can add 2 to those numbers, and 4 and 1. You can add those pretty easily to 32. So start with the big ones, and also you might want to memorize that 32 plus 16 is always 48. So if they say yes to these first 2 cards right off the bat, you're already adding those 2 together and make 48. And from there, maybe you need to add 2. That's 50. That's not bad. And then the numbers get smaller 8, 4, 1, something like that. So it would be easier to add them together if you start with the big card. So tip number 1, if you're new at this and you're struggling with the adding in your head, is start with the big numbers first. Secondly, adding 8. Sometimes people struggle with the adding 8. Adding 8's pretty easy. An easy way to add 8 is to add 10 and then just take 2 away, because you're only supposed to add 8 instead of 10. So, if you had 37 and you need to add 8, just make it 47 and then take 2 off, which would be 45. That's an easy way to add 8, is to add 10 and then take 2 away. So a couple of tricks. The 32 and the 16, those always make 48. You can always mix them up as much as you want, but you have to know what card they're on. So in class, when I would do it blindfolded or not looking, I'd look up at the ceiling or close my eyes or something, I still knew what card you were on. I either had them in order, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, or maybe 32, 16, 8, 4, 1, 2, or 2, 1. I had them in some kind of order I knew, or if I wasn't looking, if they said yes, I just kind of glanced. And, if you look at these papers, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah, if you see this paper, they're even kind of thin. If you print them on thin paper, you can even see the card. You can see through the card. So I could be holding the card up away from me, and if they say yes, I can still look in the corner there and see that they said yes to the 8 card. And so I would just add 8. So there's a lot of little tricks, and you can get creative with it to try to fool people. Just give the illusion that you're reading their mind, even when you're not. But the trick, all it is you're adding the numbers to the yes cards. So if they say yes, their number is on this card, you're going to add 8. Yes, it's on there, you're going to add 16. Yes, add 1. Yes, add 2. Yes, add 4. Yes, add 32. If they say no, you don't even care. Just kick the piece of paper to the side. You're only adding up the ones that they say yes to. So if they say yes to 8 and 2, their number is 10. If they say yes to 8, 2, and 4, their number is 14. If they say yes to 32, 2, and 1, their number would be 35. So just adding. If you have questions, hit me up in Canvas, hit me up on Remind, whatever. But have fun with it. I'll be happy to explain it to you some more. So print the cards out, practice on some people, and then go around blowing people's minds. And if they say, why does that work, or how does that work, well, then that gives you the opportunity to learn some more about binary and the binary place value system and see if you can explain some mathematics to them. So I miss you guys. Have fun with the trick, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.